the long-awaited meeting, President Trump face-to-face with President Putin. The cameras were only allowed in for the very start, but the words the US leader used will be controversial.
We appreciate it. President Putin and I have been discussing various things, and I think it's going very well. We've had some very, very good talks. We're going to have a talk now, and obviously that will continue. But we look forward to a lot of very positive things happening for Russia, for the United States, and for everybody concerned. And it's an honor to be with you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, sir.
Many will ask if it's an honor to meet the man who US intelligence agencies say tried to subvert democracy by hacking the US election campaign. Trump clearly heard shouted questions about that, but he did not respond. Putin looked serious, Trump perhaps more upbeat, at the beginning of a meeting that lasted 2¼ hours. Afterwards, both sides briefed reporters. Both said the issue was raised.
President
Trump said that he had heard President Putin's clear statements that this isn't true and Russia didn't interfere in these elections, and that he accepts these statements.
Mr. Lavrov's US counterpart also spoke, but cameras were not allowed into that news conference.
The president pressed President Putin on more than one occasion regarding Russian involvement. President Putin denied such involvement, as I think he has in the past. The two leaders agreed, though, that this is a substantial hindrance in the ability of us to move the Russian-U.S. relationship forward, and agreed to exchange further work regarding commitments of non-interference in the affairs of the United States and our democratic process, as well as those of other countries.
They also announced a planned ceasefire deal for southwest Syria to come into force on Sunday. This is an important development, but not necessarily a breakthrough. The Obama administration announced a number of ceasefires with the Russians in Syria. None of them lasted. It's worth noting that Putin has been the leader of Russia for 17 years, and his foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, is arguably the most experienced in the world, with 13 years in that job and 6 years before that as the UN ambassador. Diplomats I've spoken to say they believe they're using their knowledge and their grasp of detail to get the solution they want in Syria, one that favours their ally, President Assad. The meeting with Putin may have been President Trump's most important so far, but he faces many other challenges here, in particular the threat from North Korea, where he believes China's President Xi can apply much more pressure. The G20 leaders attended a classical music concert, a break from the discussion of issues like climate change and global trade, where President Trump finds himself the odd man out, that making this one of the most discordant G20s in the history of these summits. James Bays, Al Jazeera, Hamburg.